What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Main Deck Monday, and the theme for this week is Control. We know at NAIC, this deck surprised the community. Sander and his team came out with Mewtwo V Union. It was Sander, Mies, David, Dean, and Britt all played this deck. I think people think it's Sander's deck, but it was actually Mies who came with the idea of Mewtwo V Union. And you learned that when you watch Stefan's Classroom video. So down below, I'll have a link to Stefan's Classroom. Go check it out. Him and Sander talk about the deck, how all these cards work, and what you need to do, and some of the misconceptions of the deck. It's a really informative video if you want to learn more about this. I'm going to try my best to play it today and explain the deck, but I am not a control player. I'm not a control player, but we're going to try our best and see what we can do. Learning is key here. We want to learn about Pokemon cards, right? So yeah, Mewtwo V Union control deck, basically, right? So there's a lot of things going on here. If you've never seen the deck, this is what it is. It shocked pretty much the world when we saw people drop a Mewtwo V Union at NAIC. If you don't know how V Unions work, once per game during your turn, you can find all 4 different Mewtwo V Unions from discard pile and put them onto your bench. So they have to be all your discard pile, and then you pick them all up, put them onto your bench, and you're good to go. But you only do this once per game, so you have to make sure it is very, it's a good time, pretty much, right? You want to make sure you do it at the right time. But they all have this Union gain attack, attach 2 Psychic Energies from your discard to this Pokemon, which is really good because what we care about is Super Regeneration. Super Regeneration says heal 200 damage from this Pokemon. Now, this is pretty important because 2 of the best decks in the format is Palkia and Arceus, and they barely do over 200 damage. And so if you constantly have this Mewtwo that's constantly doing, heal 200, heal 200, heal 200, your opponent's never going to take knockouts. Yes, you're not going to take knockouts either, but you can attack them out. But I see that's where the misconception starts happening. I don't think you really try to go for the, try to win the game by decking out. It is possible, don't get me wrong. But what we really care about is going to be Size Explosion. It puts 60 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. So you can Size Explosion, do 16 point damage everywhere. Or Final Burn, which does 300 damage, which knocks out all these 280 HP Pokemon. So that's really, really cool. So if you come in a situation where, Mewtwo V Union has 310 HP, and if you can survive a hit, right, you can go, instead for the Super Regeneration, you can go for the Final Burn and knock out your opponent, right? And take a hit. So that is pretty cool. That is something we can't do in this deck. Also, that's Photon Berry, prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. So no effects of attacks can cripple this Pokemon. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's going to be the main card. It's going to be Mewtwo V Union, but it's not all about Mewtwo V Union. Of course, we have to get the Mewtwo V Union. How we're going to set that up. First thing first is going to be Snorlax or Gormadize. Draw, you have 7 cards in your hand. Now, if you use this build, you turn in. So we're going to draw a bunch of cards, stuff like that way. We have 2 Miltank. Miltank can still just win you games. It has a Miracle Body, says where, attacks from Pokemon Vs don't matter, right? So V, VMAX, V-Stars, they don't hurt Miltank. So you can solely win games with just Miltank, which is fantastic. We have Yveltal with Cry of Destruction. You can just, discard 3 special energies from your opponent's Pokemon, and you could just win games that way. If your opponent only plays special energies, you can Cry of Destruction, discard all energies, and you're good to go. You can do this a couple times. You do play 2 of these. Fantastic. We do have 2 Galarian Meowth. This is a really good piece to get your Mewtwo V units in the discard pile. You may discard 2 cards from your hand in order to use his ability. Once your turn, you may search out for Galarian Berserker, reveal it, and put it to your hand. Obviously, we don't play Berserker. We're using this to discard the Mewtwo V units and pitch a Pyukumuku. Once your turn, this Pokemon is in your hand. You may reveal it, put it on the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw a card. Just helping with the drawing acceleration, because the whole point of the deck is to actually deck yourself out, which is weirdly enough to say. But it is to get to where you have no cards left in your deck, and then you start doing the Cyllene loop, as they call it. Outside that, we have 4 Crushing Hammers. We can discard some energies. We have 2 Pal Pad to shuffle 2 supporter cards from your discard back to your deck. 4 Quick Ball to find your basics. 4 Scoop Up Net to pick your Pokemon. This is a really important late game when you have Mewtwo V Union out, because you want to Scoop Up Net the Pokemon you don't want to play, and then you're good to go. 4 Trekking Shoes, look at the top card of your deck, put in your hand. If not, discard it and draw another card. 4 Ultra Ball, of course, discard 2 cards, finding a Pokemon in your deck. Rose Tower, we're going to draw, you have 3 cards in your hand. It's just a good stadium card to have to help you draw cards if needed. 1 Avery, to draw 3. One Ball Star to break Pokemon bitch deactive. 1 Cook deal 70. We have 2 Cyllene, flip 2 coins, put a number of cards, equal cards up to the number of heads from each discard on top of your deck in any order. We have 2 Flannery, discard a specialty for one of your opponent's Pokemon, and discard a stadium in play. We have 2 Peonia to search to put 3 prize cards into your hand. Then for each prize card you pick up, you have to put a prize card down. Of course, to find Mewtwo. You can also find your very important pieces like the Cook, the Avery, the Pal Pad, the Cyllene, these are, and Team Yellow's Chair. These are all cards you really need. So that's why Peonia's in there. We have 2 Research, discard your hand, draw 7. We have 1 Sidney, your opponent reveals their hand. Discard the 2 of any combination of Pokemon tool cards, special new cards, and stadium cards from it. If your opponent is holding a bunch of cards, you can use Sidney and disrupt them. Team Yellow's Chair, shuffle up any theory combination of Pokemon and supporter cards, except for Team Yellow's Chair, for every discard into your deck. So supporter cards and Pokemon, right? But what we care about is supporter cards. We'll go over the loop here in a second. What I'm talking about. Big Parasol, you can't be affected by attacks. We have 1 Cape of Toughness. This base Pokemon's card gets a 50 additional HP, which is does it work on the V Union? I don't think so because it's not a basic, right? I could be wrong. It has to do something, I imagine, with like Snorlax, like having 180 HP or something like that. We'll figure it out as we go. 1 Tool Jammer. You can't be affected by tool cards. So Choice Belt can't do like extra damage. This is really good. This is what you attach to Mewtwo. So that way, you know, they can't do more than like 200 damage with like RC and stuff like that. That's really important. We have 3 Twin Energy. It provides 2 energy as long as it's not attached to a... As long as it's not attached to V or GX, it provides 2, which could be really good for, you know, Cry of Destruction could be good for Route. So these are all things. And then 3 Psychic Energy, which, of course, is needed for Mewtwo, Super Generation, and the Final Burn. Now, with Twin Energy, if the effective Pokemon's card is attached to V or Pokemon GX, it provides a colorless energy instead. So you still can use, like, well, you can't Unigame them, but you can attach them. So that's pretty important to note. The Final Burn can be this as a Twin Energy, and the Super Generation could be this as a Twin Energy. So that's pretty important to note. But you might be thinking, okay, what is the Cyllene loop you're talking about? Well, Cyllene is going to flip 2 coins, put a number of cards equal to number of heads for we just compile on top of your deck in any order. So you get like Cyllene for like a Pal Pad and a Team Yellow's Chair. Pal Pad can get back more Cyllene and more Team Yellow's Chair if we need to. Team Yellow's Chair can get back, you know, Cyllene, Avery, and Cook. These are all really, really good cards to get back. And the reason why you'll get back Avery, well, go watch the video. I'm not going to explain everything that Sandra said, but Avery is really important, Cook is really important, Cyllene, and Team Yellow's Chair. Those are your main supporter cards that you want here. Obviously, Boss Art is good, Flannery's for disruption, Peonia to find your price cards, Research just like a draw 7, and Sidney to disrupt your opponent's hand. These are all really good cards. And so, like I said, I can't say enough. Watch Stefan's Classroom. Fantastic guy. Good friend of mine. And let's play some YouTube video. I'll have his list pulled up so we know exactly what is prized. I probably need to get a notepad out so I can figure it out, because it's going to be very important. Go ahead. 1 the coin flip. Cool. Yup. And let's see what happens. All right. They said hello. They, you know, maybe think we're gonna be their best friend, but they're gonna be really mad at me. So there's Arceus. Okay. So let's go quick the Mewtwo. So we have 3 of these in here. We have both Pal Pads, Avery, both Cyllene, both Peonias, Team Yellow's Chair. So we have Cook prized. Yeah, Cook is prized. Boss is in here. We have all the Psychic Energies. So we need Avery, Team Yellow's Chair. Is in here. Is in here, Cyllene. Yeah, so everything we need is like in here, I'm pretty sure. So we'll grab another Snorlax. We'll attach a Psychic per turn. And we'll just Gormadize. Alrighty, so on opponent's turn. And we're thinking, why, you know, Why the Psychic Energy? Well, we can power up Mewtwo. Oh, Pokestop. This might be pretty interesting. What's item cards? So you get back Pal Pads. Pokestop could be good for us to use. Ooh, they got their own V-Union. That's pretty cool. Ultra Ball. Pikachu and Peonia. To paralyze us. Whoa. Okay. Heads. Research. But do they have a way to deal with Miltank? That's the real question. Like, if their deck is just like Arceus and Pikachu, then do they have a way to deal with Miltank? Yeah. Do this. We'll go ahead and Pokestop. Oh, no, I discarded a Miltank. That might have been bad. Well, we can get it back with Email's Chair. Yeah. We'll do this. Let me discard the Research for Miltank. And then we'll just Gorman. Could Flannery? To discard the Pokestop, and then we could draw more. I'm going to hold on to my Crushing Hammer right now. There's no need to play it. Woo! Look at the hand. Because, like, the scary thing about Pikachu is we can't reuse, like, Pal Pad. Right? So just Trinity Charge to the RCs. But what it's not doing very good either. Okay. Guess what? Trekking Shoes? We'll Cyllene. Alright, so what's the next card we want to draw? We could opt for the Psychic Energy. And then we'll pass. Because we can Psychic the Miltank, pick up this, set up this, and start attacking with Route. It only does 10. But like I said, if they don't have a way to do anything, okay, so they take a knockout, go down to 5. Yeah, I think it's what we want to do here for right now. And we'll see if they play anything else. So, Trekking Shoes. Discards a Lightning. Boss Order Snorlax. Power Edge for knockout. Okay. Send a Miltank. Yeah. Now, I could, like, Scoop Up Net Hammers and Cape of Toughness, put my hand down to 0. I don't know that's a correct play just yet. I'm not sure. I am scared of the Pikachu V unit because it can, like, disconnect my Pal Pads. And then we have to, like, Cyllene flips. We did both Cyllene in the discard pile, too. Whoops. Alright, Trinity Charge. Nothing. Okay. We'll do some more Route. Route, whatever it's called. Can they do anything to the Miltank? That is the question. I don't know if Pikachu has something that can... I mean, it can paralyze me, I guess. We don't care about that. We do have Quick Ball, but I don't think Quick Ball is going to find it. Quick Ball could find us another... Miltank? Well, it got discarded. So we'll go pitch Pyukumuku instead. Well, Trekking Shoes. Okay. Maybe I should have kept the Ultra Ball and I could have discarded Mewtwo V, need a piece, but let's go ahead and Peonia. We'll do 1, 2, 3. Ultra Ball, Hammer, Cook. Alright, so we want to keep the Cook. We'll go. So we have Scoop Up Net. We'll do Hammer. And then we'll do Cape and Hammer. Because I don't know what Cape is going to be good for here, but we're going to discard that. Yeah. And then we'll Ultra Ball, discard this, and Cook. So we got Meowth, but Meowth's not needed really right now. So we got 3 in the discard. Great Ball, okay. Another Arceus. So I could go for the Mewtwo V Union play right now. Is it worth it? Why not? We don't have a lot of cards in my hand, which is the only kind of concerning piece. Okay. I want to keep the Miltank just in case they really don't have an answer. But if they knock out Mewtwo, they win anyway. No, we have to pick up one Pokemon. We have to pick up both these Pokemon, then they won't have an answer. So Starbirth. Are they going to go for the Pikachu V and stuff now? Okay. I get the boss for disruption, Hammer for disruption. Ultra Ball is going to discard 2 Pikachu pieces, I imagine. And I think what we're going to try to do here is go for paralyzation, right? Is that the plan? This is a pretty good plan. Okay. But if we can pick up these 2 and put down Miltank, then they really don't have an answer. Okay, that's good for us. Energy Cycle, go back the Lightnings. Okay. There it comes. Ah, Pikachu! Okay. So yeah, it has a Union Gain, it has Shocking Shack to paralyze us. Disconnected, we can't use trainer cards or item cards, and Electric Ball does 250. So this could be a really interesting matchup right here. DT to the Arceus, try to do Nova, 200. So my plan now is to bring up this Arceus and try to Crushing Hammer the energy off of it. So like bring this up. Crushing Hammer. Cool. This does 250. Now they discard the DTE. I probably should have hammered first and then boss ordered. In retrospect. Okay. That's really bad for us. Another hammer. Cool. There we go. Whoa, 280 now. They go for the paralyzation here. There's a lot of... Okay, so they go for the disconnect. All right, 180. Yeah, I don't know how we win now. Because they're taking out knock here and then win the game, right? Maybe I should just get the Miltank. I don't know. It's weird because you don't know what our opponent is playing. Why did they concede? I can't see their list. Maybe they only play like one boss order and no Miltank counter. Maybe that's my only thing that I could think of is that they have like no Miltank counter, which would be very weird if you play a Pikachu Union. Maybe you're just playing for the memes and not really to counter, the Mewtwo. But maybe they don't have a way to boss order again. Maybe it's just not a thing they could do, and they don't have a Miltank counter, which is like probably what it was. I'm not sure. Man, that was weird. I wanted to play it out. No. Alright. I just want to get the loop. That's why I went for Mewtwo play instead. I was gonna win for Miltank and did the thing, but I really wanted to do the silent Mewtwo thing. But it didn't work out for us. Okay. Radiant Charizard. Now this could be a problem. Well, we don't take prize cards, so that's okay. We can take prize cards, realistically speaking, but we don't take prize cards until, we want to win, right? So, Radiant Charizard might not come into play until, we really care about it. And you can, place damage counters. Whoa, Collapse and Peak. Whoa, that's really two good cards to, discard for us. So, RCS. Okay, so another RCS deck, which should... I think RCS is, super favorable, right? I think it is. RCS comes down. DTE to RCS. Pass to our turn. Okay. Alright, so first things first, let's do this. Discard this. So we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're missing a Mewtwo piece. So we're missing a Mewtwo. We're missing, okay, we got Pal Pad in hand. Avery cooking there, both side lanes. And everything else is pretty much in here that I care about. Yeah? Yeah. There's Yveltal's in here. Pitch Pyukumuku's prized, which could be annoying. Hammer is prized. Outside of that, a DTE is prized. A Quick Ball's prized. So we need 4 or 5 cards. So it's okay. Well, Trekking Shoes? I didn't grab anything! No, I didn't grab Pokemon! I meant to grab a Snorlax. Oh my goodness. I forgot to grab the Snorlax. I'm going to Quick Ball for Snorlax. Oh my goodness. Joshua. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good hand. Yeah, I want to put it in my hand, actually, so I can use the next turn. And we'll go ahead and discard these two. Cool. And then, if y'all have any questions about what I'm doing, like, make sure you watch Stefan's Classroom, because a lot of the stuff I'm doing is, like, what they told me to do. So, now you might be thinking, like, why are you not grabbing Mewtwo pieces to discard them? Because, like, you don't care about Mewtwo until late game. Like, you could go, like, get the Mewtwo pieces, but it doesn't make any sense. And, like, that's kind of like what you learn from the video. That's what you get from learning from the video. It's like, you really don't care about getting it right now. So, is this, like... Beedrill? That's what it looks like. With fire energy too? That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Yep. 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 Whoa, it's got Inteleons too. Okay. Discarded 2 Drizzles. Let's go. What's up? Sobble. Sobble. Trinity Noah. So they have answers for Miltank. So we could just like scoop in at the Miltank because we really don't care about the Miltank. Like realistically speaking. Right. So we can grab another Snorlax. Grab Snorlax. Scoop up net the Miltank. I put down Rose Tower. Let's research for Evolutionary Roar. Or for like Evolution for Rose Tower. Okay. So like we can get another Mewtwo piece. But we haven't seen our Peonias. Oh, is Peona in the deck? I didn't check to see if Peona was in the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can discard Scoop Up Net. I think we'll discard Big Parasol. Okay, they're both in there. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think these two are fine. The other cards I want to keep. Crushing Hammer. Okay. Oh, man, dude, I'm scared if they play Beedrill. And we're going to, like, get out Mewtwo with the Twin Energy and they're just going to bop it. You know what I mean? Because, like, why else would you play Grass? And I have no way to get back our Psychic Energies. I could, like, retreat Scoop Up Net. I could retreat and Scoop Up Net it. But, okay, first off, we need to find a Peona. Okay. Sure. There's a Pikachu all of a sudden. Okay. So it's Pikachu, Charizard, Inteleon, Arceus, Beedrill? No, Marnie! Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're cooking. We're cooking. Do you try to discard the Lightning Energy off Pikachu? Might be what we do here. Like, discard the Lightnings. Might be, like, the ideal play. Well, if we hit a card, we could have done that. Alright, well, Gorman dies for 4. Still no Peonia, bro! Bro, we haven't seen a single Peonia. What's up, man? Alright, there's Flying Pikachu. Mr. Balloon himself. Coming down to grace us with his presence. I'm in the business with Dara. They gotta play. Why are they playing grass? It has to be for Beedrill, right? At least that's what I'm thinking. I hope we top deck Peonia. Oh, discards a. Oh, there it is. Okay, they discarded one, so that's good. That's good. That's good. Good for us. Okay. How many? Get the 2 back. But to get back the grass or. Okay. Oh, they did get back. They get back the Beedrill. Beedrill's like what is scaring me. Oh gosh, there's a Beedrill coming out. Oh my gosh, we discarded our freaking thing. Sure. Yo, what are we playing against right now, bro? They have to be playing fires too, right? So they're playing lightning grass and fires in their deck. Holy cow. All right. Okie dokie. All right. So we don't need this. I don't need this. If we get the second Peonia, we get back Pal Pad. We could do Scoop Up Net. I need to keep Scoop Up Net. I think. Okay. Oh, I have no more Pokemon in my deck. Oh, no, we lose. We lose. 100% we lose. Right? Because, oh, we should have kept the Team Yell chair. Shuffle back in Pokemon. No! Yeah, we lose. We lose, 100%. I get the Mewtwo out, but then this knocks me out. Unless we find... Oh, I already discarded both Miltanks. Oh, I played so bad. Okay, one last time. That was bad. Once again, I can get the Mewtwo out eventually, but the Beedrill's going to knock us out and discard the Parasol, so it's not going to counter that. So that was unfortunate. I should have noticed I discarded the Pokemon, so we should have shuffled more back in there, and that could have, like, retreated the D. Like, I could have... Oh, man, that's so bad. Because, like, I don't even know how to do that. Oh, man. Okay, last try. My brain hurts. This is not a good hand either, I don't think. I'm gonna need some help here. Okay. So this is definitely not needed. And this is not needed because they don't play any special energies. So we got 4 Snorlaxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 are in here. We prized a Hammer. An Yveltal. Quick Ball, an Ultra Ball, Research. What's the 6th card? I can't remember. It's about the best I got. So I don't think we're missing any key cards, which is good for us. You know what? I don't want to put that in my hand, actually. Yeah, Trekking Shoes is pretty good. Yeah, I'll put this in my hand. That seems pretty good. We'll go ahead and, man, now I'm, like, concerned about, like, discarding my Psychic Energies. So we're gonna keep our Psychic Energies, because I don't want another situation like that. But we're gonna play against Bijo, so maybe it's not that bad this time. Now, this is a deck that could be a very good Mewtwo counter. And the reason why that is like, this guy has untapped damage, and I'm like 99% we are weak to Psychic, right? I think my plan is to go Miltank, but even then, that's not going to be enough. Does it say for weakness? I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I think we ought to lose this, right? I think we just lose this. I'm trying to think. Are we weak to Psychic? I feel like we are for some reason. Why do I feel like we're weak to Psychic? How do I find out? We're weak to Dark. Let's go! Okay. Good. Good, great, good. Okay. So now we gotta get back onto how we're gonna do this thing. Because unfortunately, we didn't find any more Snorlaxes. Okay, so we found a Snorlax. We got Peonia, but I don't know if Peonia's going to get us anything that we care about realistically right now. Okay. So we got double Soul Rock. 3, 6, 9, 12. So they don't one-shot my Snorlax right now. That I'm aware of. Okay. Unless they find another Soul Rock. Then that could be scary. Oh, there they go. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay. Yep. Alright, so go down to 5. They're going to power up this guy with 100 energy so I get Mewtwo out. So, like, this card's not good. This card's not good. Gormadize? I said it like a question because it was a question. Alright, can we find 2 Mewtwo pieces somehow next turn? There's a Psychic Energy. Retreat, okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. I mean, we could take a knockout with Miltank next turn. I guess that's something we can do next turn. Alright. Alright, let's go trekking. Can I see my discard pile? Thank you. Would you like to put no? We'll Peonia and just like see what we have. Ooh. So you can put this back. This is not needed. And this is not needed. Then we can Ultra Ball. This and this. All right, let's go for it. Let's go for it. We'll do this. Scoop Up Net the Miltank. Put it back down. Rose for 2. Pitch a Pyukumuku. This does not work on this. Alright, so we got the Mewtwo out. I don't think they can one-shot us right now. They have no Psychics in the discard pile. Can they ever one-shot a Mewtwo V in Union? If they have like 10 energies on a Lunatone, then yeah, sure. But how many energies do these decks play? I don't know. Right? That is a question. How many energies do they play? $150. Alright, let's start off with Cyllene. Alright, first things first. We're going to get back Avery and Pal Pad. We'll do one. And then we'll Super Regeneration. We top deck the Pal Pad. Then we go for Pal Pad, Cyllene, and Boss. Okay. So that's 210. If I Avery, they discard Lunatone, though. And that's 2 more energies I can put in play. Right? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do this. Go back Cook. It's Cyllene. We can Evolution Roar. Discard these 2. And then we can Rose for 2. There's Team Yellow's Chair and Avery. So I'll have to heal this turn, or they can take a knockout. So I need an Avery to draw 3. They discard 1. I wonder what they discard here. And I found the Cook, which is great for next turn. Oh, they discarded that. Interesting. So my plan was I hope they would discard this so they can cycle the energies. Then next turn we take a knockout, but they didn't do that play. Very good by them. And then we'll Super Regeneration. Fall Crystal for a Psychic Energy. So then into 40. Okay. Is my Ball Sword in the deck? Oh, okay, no, one of them is in the... No, we only play 1. Okay, we'll do this. No. Sidney is not going to do anything for us. So we'll Cook. Super Generation. Okay. So you have 8 on the field right now. How many do they play? Oh, there's a 7th one. Okay. You don't know how we're going to beat this now. I think it's too many energies for us. Yo, I don't know how we're going to deal with this now. Okay, Move Kinesis. I think we lose now, right? Because like, I can bring it back to 270. I can bring it back to 70, but then to 270, which is 340, and that's enough for a knockout. Okay. This. Okay. I don't know how you beat this deck. Okay, well, today was not a good day. Well. We won 1. But one of them was like really bad for us because we discarded Parasol, we couldn't find it, and the other one we just lost a Snorlax Lunatoad. So, oh my goodness, this deck is raw, dude. It's so. I went for 3 today. Dude, Snorlax Lunatoad is scary because like they just ramp up damage. How do you deal with that deck? I don't know. You need a card that can punish your opponent for having like a bunch of energies, and then that could like help you out. But I don't know if there's a base Pokemon that does that with like a DTE. If there or DTE or Twin, if there is, that's what you need to play to beat the Snorlax Lunatoad deck. Because they put a bunch of energies to it, you put that Pokemon and you swing. But besides that, oh no, I did bad today on main deck Monday. I apologize, guys. Man, but like I said, I can't stress this enough. Go to Steph's classroom, watch the video of Sander, learn a lot about the deck, and have some fun. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry for losing. We'll see you tomorrow. Play another control deck. Alrighty, bye.